He said, just about the time you start to say, Tyler, don't do that, it works. And he says, oh, okay, go ahead.
Both wrestlers are seniors. Pfeiffer, a senior at Ellis. Grand Clare, a senior at Hoisington. Pfeiffer coming into the weekend 22-3. Grand Clare coming in 29-5.
Of course, Brandon Pfeiffer was second here as a sophomore at 145 pounds. Last year, I don't believe he placed at 152.
Pfeiffer wearing the orange and black. Grand Clare in the red and white. 1:32 on the clock. No score. We're going to take another injury timeout. I believe this time it's a bloody nose.
I don't know if it's a bloody nose or something inside the lip. Kind of looked to me like he went to his mouth there.
And they're going to clean off the mat, so it must be dripping a little blood. Scott Lovenstein is the coach at Hoisington, Grand Clare's coach. Casey Dinkle is the coach over at Ellis.
And for people that have been around Northwest Kansas a little bit and Western Kansas, they recognize that name Lovenstein. Scott's dad was assistant coach at Atwood for a while. He coached at Beloit. He coached at Scott City. And of course, Pfeiffer gets in there and gets the takedown. Right now he coaches at Ellsworth. So if you thought you'd recognize the name, you did.
I believe Scott wrestled at Colby Community College, didn't he?
1 year he wrestled at Colby. He was a two-time state champ for his Scott City. So pretty good wrestler. In fact, he coached for us at Kinsley last year and the year before.
Brandon Pfeiffer on top now in the orange and black.
It's awful close to getting a figure four there, which is a technical violation. Aaron Adams, the assistant official, come over to talk to the head official, who is Kevin Hewitt, to talk to him about that. So they're watching it a little closer now. He gets that foot up there inside the knee. That's a figure four, which is a technical violation.
2-0 the score. 29 seconds left in the first period.
Right now, Pfeiffer wants to hang on and ride out that end of that period.
He doesn't have much time left, about 15 seconds.
We call a stalemate here, and we're going to give him a fresh start. See if we can get something going in that last 14 seconds. Oh, another stalemate. We've got that blood again.
Yeah. They're going to take the time to clean him up.
Now, when you hear the cry out here, they're not calling for Budman, they're calling for Bloodman.
Boy, they really do make sure they get every drop, every speck off the mat and off the player, off the wrestlers.
You see Coach Levenstein over there shaking something in his hand. Grand Clare, I think, has a little bit of asthma, and he has an inhaler that he uses from time to time, so they're trying to get that activated for him too, to keep him from running into a problem.
Yeah, it looks like it is a bloody nose.
Yeah.
Brandon Pfeiffer has a bloody nose. They've got a cotton swab in there now. Try and get it under control. 12 seconds left in the first period. 2-0.
Clare's giving it all he's got here. We got the illegal hold there with the figure four. Actually, it's a technical violation, but it's still a point.
Just 5 seconds left in the first period.
They haven't got that point up on the board yet, but it should be 2-1.
Yeah, he's showing, the official's showing that we should have 2-1.
Yeah,
and now they have adjusted the scoreboard. So it's just a 1-point match now. Pfeiffer holding on to a lead. Grand Clare finally on the scoreboard, 2-1. We're in the 160-pound championship match.
Pfeiffer's lost 3 times this year. He lost twice to Gabe Bailey from Ellsworth, who I understand is in the finals in 4A, and 1 time to Grand Clare. There's Grand Clare, one of his unorthodox moves. He gets a reversal out of it. And with a little bit of luck, he would have had a near fall, too. So he takes a 3-2 lead.
Grand Clare in the red and white has a 1-point lead now with 1:30 on the clock in the second period.
He stacked him up. He's getting the near fall count. Got out of it. Got a 2-point near fall out of that. We're still showing him in control. Pfeiffer now gets the escape point. Grand Clare comes back in to try for a takedown. Looks like he's going to get it. There he goes. Another 2 points. Makes it a 7-2 match.
With a minute left in the second period. They're showing 7-3 on the scoreboard. Grand Clare has the lead.
I asked Scott Levenstein if he was ready for this match, and he said, yeah. He said he's gone over it 12 times in his head from last week. You see Pfeiffer there gets a warning for stalling.
30 seconds left in the second period. 7-3 the score.
Again. No count, not enough count. Off the mat, Pfeiffer's still down.
$7-3 the score.
Going to go over and adjust the headgear and get it back on right.
24 seconds left in the second period. Injury timeout. Grand Clare going to take a shot off the atomizer there, I think. 7-3 the score. We're in the 160-pound championship match. Grand Clare has the 4-point lead. This is 3-2-1A State Championship Wrestling from Gross Memorial Coliseum on Smoky Hills Public Television.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's got injury timeout now, whether they've switched it over to Grand Clare or
I think they did. I think Coach Levenstein signaled to the official that he needed to take an injury timeout so that Grand Clare could take a shot from that inhaler.
Either way, it's stopped now. We're going to get back to wrestling.
Pfeiffer will be in the down position. Grand Clare on top. Just about 10 seconds left in the second period.
Pfeiffer has the escape. Tightens it up a little bit.
7-4. Another good match as we end the second period. 7-4 the score.
We've got some more blood.
Tyler Grand Clare has the lead over Brandon Pfeiffer. Casey Dinkle checking out Pfeiffer's nose. He's had a bloody nose since early in the first period, and they've been working on it, trying to keep it under control. We've had more injury timeouts in this match than we've seen so far tonight. Both of the guys having trouble.
Casey Dinkle's the head coach over there. He was a former Ellis High School wrestler. So gone back home and trying to help bring the program back.
All right, we're ready to start the third period now. 7-4 the score. Grand Clare has the lead going into the third period. Brandon Pfeiffer will be in the down position in orange and black. Tyler Grand Clare up top, red and white.
Pfeiffer gets an escape there. Good continuous movement. If he'd have stopped anywhere in there, he wouldn't have got that escape. So now he's got that head driven down. He's trying to spin around behind. Gets there for the takedown and ties the score.
We're tied at 7. 1:35 on the clock in the third period. Tied at 7. Brandon Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer's got to be careful. He's awful close to that figure 4 again. Now he's going to the straight scissors. Trying to turkey him over. Back up there close to that figure 4 again.
Brandon Pfeiffer trying to roll over Tyler Grand Clare. They're tied at 7 with just a minute left in the third period.
Going to get a stalemate here. A stallmate.
56 seconds left. Tied at 7. Grand Clare down, red and white. Pfeiffer will be on top in the orange and black. Pfeiffer from Ellis, Grand Clare from Hoisington.
There's another roll. Not quite enough.
Pfeiffer able to wrap him up. 40 seconds left in the match. This is the 160-pound championship match, and we're tied at 7.
Pfeiffer trying to use that power half, and of course Grand Clare wanting to stay away from it. So Pfeiffer's a little bit high here, but he's got the legs in pretty well. He's got an arm trap too. Goes to the power half on the other side.
Just 10 seconds left now. We're tied at 7. This might be our first overtime tonight.
It won't be the first one of the tournament, though.
Not by any means.
They call a stall on Grand Clare there at the end. I don't know whether are the referees over there shooting dice or what.
They're going to call an injury timeout again. Levenstein, Coach Levenstein out talking to Grand Clare.
He's in trouble.
Grand Clare obviously very, very woozy. Rubbery legs.
It's a hard-working kid. Has been all year, all through his high school career.
Now go through the overtime rules again.
Okay, the first period will be 2 minutes. They'll start on their feet. If anybody gets a takedown, it's over. Anybody who scores, for instance, now they've both been called for stalling, if I recall correctly. So if either one of them gets called for stalling, that's a point. The match will be over. If nobody scores in that 2-minute period, they have a 30-second tiebreaker. They flip the coin. One wrestler chooses down. If he escapes, he wins. If the top man rides him, he loses. That 30-second tiebreaker is a stall period for the top man. It's an action period for the bottom man.
This is our first overtime tonight. We're in the 160-pound weight class. Brandon Pfeiffer of Ellis and Tyler Grand Clare of Hoisington. They are tied at 7. This would be the equivalent to sudden death. They've gone off the mat twice now. The official will bring them back.
Got a blood timeout.
Injury timeout. They're calling the injury timeout. Brandon Pfeiffer again with the bleeding, but this has got to help Grand Clare a little bit. Get his wind back, get his legs back under him. Pfeiffer shoots in, trying to wrap up the legs.
He's got those legs, but Grand Clare's able to get his hips down on the mat and keep from losing anything out of it. They're off the mat. Pfeiffer almost had him there, but he had 1 foot out of bounds, and that's what did it.
Minute 27 left in the 4th period.
Grand Clare's got to spin around on top of him, but he can't quite get there. Pfeiffer's almost there. Nope. Grand Clare's able to get that leg now and stop it from coming.
Just a minute left now. Minute 7.
Grand Clare's got the takedown and the win. Look at Scott Levenstein go nuts over there.
Grand Clare comes up with the win in overtime. A minute 3. He can't even stay on his feet to celebrate. What a rough match. He really gave it his all. 9-7. The final score in overtime. Tyler Grand Clare of Hoisington over Brandon Pfeiffer of Ellis. What a match.
Match like that, you hate to see somebody lose, but it always happens.
The 160-pound championship match goes into overtime. Grand Clare coming up the winner 9-7 with a minute 3 left in the 4th period.
I think they were both pretty spent too, John. You know, they're getting up to that size. Those muscles take a lot of oxygen. Okay, we've got medals going on over here, I believe. Oh, we've got a replay on that takedown. That was.
This is the takedown that won the overtime match for Grand Clair. The coaches thought they were going to carry Grand Clair off on their shoulders. They got that 160 pounds up there, and they thought that's not a very good idea, so they let him walk.
Grand Clair knows that he's got to keep those feet inside, those knees up to get that takedown, and he's doing it. Because there he gets it. At 152 pounds, the medal's going out. Noah Claus from Atchison County is 6th. Brandon Hilly from Trigo is 5th. Nathaniel Sperry from Atwood 4th. Lance Zerflu from southeast of Saline was 3rd. 2nd place, Kyle Wright from Norton, and your champion, Edgar Castillo from Wichita County, Leota.
There you see Castillo gave us a great championship match.